And, yeah. And so an elderly lady is walking through the neighborhood, and she has a cardboard box with holes in the top. And her neighbor walks up and says, you know, Doris, what's the thing with the box? And she says, well, I have a cat. And her neighbor says, a cat? She said, yeah. She said, I've been having all these dreams about mice getting me. And they're coming from everywhere. So I got a cat. And the neighbor says, you know, but Doris, that's your imagination. And she said, well, so is the cat. The power of imagination. One of the 12 powers of the unity understanding. Often we think about imagination and we think about Disneyland, we think about going to the moon, we think about things that have been accomplished, we think about invention, we think about innovativeness, we think about that anybody in the world, you can talk to anybody with your face, with a camera, just in holding something simple in your hand. We think about all the people that were willing to step out, that were willing to break the mold, that were willing to go, I have this dream, that my imagination can bring this forward. Often, though, we fail to remember the other power of imagination is driven by fear, concern, what others are saying, because the same imagination that can take you to the moon is the same imagination that can take you down. The same imagination that can bring forth vibrancy and people come up to you and say, you don't look your age at all, is the same imagination that can make you old in a minute. Are you with me? The same imagination that can dream great things is the same imagination that can repeat and dream over and over. We've always had problems in my family. We're always going to have them. You know, every church I've ever gone to has let me down. That is the power of imagination. Are you with me? And so we want to realize that when we use the power of imagination, we can easily repeat the old patterns and imagine that's going to happen again. And guess what happens? It happens again, repeatedly, whether it's the economy, whether it's a psychological depression sometimes, or a depression. Let people start shouting it and everybody joins in. Yes, yes, yes. So we here are called to something greater and unique and original, yes, because we're holding an imagination that says we hold a space of something great and mighty and bold and wonderful, yes? I envision my life using the power of my imagination to create joy and abundance. Yes, I envision my life using imagination to create joy and abundance. What would that be like? And what is in people's way at times that, as Marianne Williamson would say, you know, that our deepest fear isn't that we are ordinary and plain and, you know, can make it through the day or have to survive fog or traffic. Right? First world issues. Please, right? But our deepest fear is that we are greater, mighty than ever. We are greater than we have ever imagined. And so how do we change that imagination faculty utilized by people like the Fillmores, that they use their imagination to create a movement that I don't know where I would be without it. What about you? But what about continuing a movement of great magnitude? Yes, we are here to offer comfort to the afflicted and afflict the comfortable. That's our job. If you come in every week and you leave and go, well, that was okay. we're not doing our job to ourselves and to you, right? We are here to expand our awareness and be models in the world. And I don't know about you, but never before in our history that I've been alive could I see where the voice of unity could really be used right now. Right? So that requires a whole deeper responsibility for all of us. But one of the things that gets in people's way is not having a clear understanding of where we come from. Where we come from. It's like this little girl, she went to her dad and said, Dad, she was in school and they were doing science study, and she goes, Dad, where do we come from? And he said, we come from monkeys. And so then she goes to her mom and says, I'm confused. Mom, where do we come from? And she says, well, honey, we come from Adam and Eve. And the little girl goes, but Daddy says that we come from monkeys. She goes, honey, he's talking about his side of the family. Thank you for my being here 2.5 months that you realize I believe learning can be fun. Yeah, don't laugh if you don't think it's funny, but if you do, it's okay to laugh, please. That being said, that has been a big thing in my life. It's been a big thing in a lot of people's lives. And it's been a big thing when I was in group therapy, when I was, therapy is very important. And when I would say, I would like to exceed the accomplishments of my family. I'm not talking just measurable by money, measure of life force, measure of energy, measure of experience, and things like that. I would like to exceed that. I would like to go to places that people haven't been in my family, in my DNA. Often DNA is doing, never asking. DNA, doing, never asking. So, it happened to them, so it's going to happen to me. Yes? And so we know now that we have the capacity to change our DNA, right? I mean, we had Judy Wilkins-Smith here 2 or 3 weekends ago. How many of you were here for that? It was life-altering if it was more than an aha moment. My friend says that an aha moment is nothing greater than a moment at happy hour. It's more than having an aha moment. It's about now how will I process and use the information, yes? But so for me, if I wanted to see what the Great Spirit, Creator, could do for me, with me, then I needed to allow myself not to keep comparing myself to the aquarium that I came from. Are you with me? And we're so quick to go, well, my family had it. My grandpa had it. Well, his grandpa had it. Well, it looks like we're all going to have it if that's what we continue to affirm and know. So it's how do we, that's why I said earlier, of my personality, I can do very little. But there is something within me that is greater than all that. That's why I love this work. That's why I love ministry. That's why I love serving in community. Because if I went by my personality, a lot of times I would sit over somewhere in the back of the room in a chair. Are you with me? But through the years, many a Sunday, I might have had something or not felt well or what. We're going over 31 years, okay? That something would happen and I'd go, or someone would die and I was scheduled to speak. And I would just have to move over from the personality and say that Spirit is calling me forth and something can happen through me. And that's what we have the opportunity to do. Does this work for you? Because they're saying I have a few more minutes or, is this, okay. So this is where we look at, and this is where we tell our loved ones and our friends, am I limiting myself and using my imagination according to my personality? Or am I imagining what God, Creator, can do in my life that I don't know yet? Where am I spending my time? Doing human development work all my life, I have seen so many people, they live their whole life according to their personality and their psychology. Everybody breathe? Everybody breathe. Something wonderful is wanting to happen through me. Say that with me. Something wonderful is wanting to happen through me. And so that is that space that we use. I love the stories of Ernest Holmes and Charles Fillmore. Reverend Kathy and I have decided that one week I'm going to talk about Ernest Holmes, since I was ordained in Science of Mind as well as Unity, and she's going to talk about Charles and Myrtle. Would you like that? I'm glad you said yes. I don't know what we would have done otherwise. So anyway, but I love the stories because storytelling is what gives us medicine for our soul. So the other thing when we use our imagination is we want to understand that we need to realize that all life is sacred. Our life is sacred. It's the moment we have. It's the window that we have. And I draw from this story about Ernest that no matter where he was in accomplishments or in his experiences, he always walked through life like, what is mine to do? And what is mine in front of me to do? And where do I need to take a stand or share? And so everywhere he'd go, he'd say, hi, I'm Dr. Ernest Holmes. People had no clue what he was or who he was talking. I'm Dr. Ernest Holmes. And he would honor the chef at the restaurant and know who was serving his water at the table or whatever. But he walked through the famous gardens here in California, and he had an entourage of people with him. And he walks through all these beautiful gardens, and he sees this little struggling plant. And he looked at the plant, and he looked at the people, and he said, go get me the yard guy, the garden guy. Go get me the assistant. Help me find somebody. And the guys, they all look at him like, what the heck? And he goes, no, I need to see somebody. And a man, the groundskeeper, came up to him. There's the word, when you free flow. It's like, it's coming. Keep praying for me. It's coming. I know what it is. But he goes up to the groundskeeper. Hi, I'm Dr. Ernest Holmes. Okay, I need to know, where's the people in charge? And they point up way up there, and we'll get them. Tell them Dr. Ernest Holmes is here. And so all these men come down from headquarters, and they have on their suits and ties, and they walk up, and they go, yes? He goes, I'm Dr. Ernest Holmes, and what I'd like to know is, what are you going to do about that? What are you going to do about that little plant? What are you going to do? And the guys looked at him, and he said, I anticipate you'll be doing something about it. And so they get the fertilizer, and they get the water, and all of them in their suits, they're tending on top of each other to this little bitty plant. People walked away. People walked away. Ernest said, I'll be right back. He goes over. He says, I told you I'd take care of you, didn't I? Life, I told you I would take care of you, didn't I? Get ready your soul. I told you I would take care of you, didn't I? So it's understanding that passion for life, that there's so much to get ready for, right? And so much to prepare for in this space that we live and move and have our being. There's a story for those of you that like stories about our brother, Jesus, that in John 2, 1 through 11, it talks about how there was a big wedding in Cana, and Jesus was there with his mother, Mary, and they ran out of wine. And so Mary told some of the people, bring bottles and jugs and all this stuff. And she looks at Jesus and says, here, take care of things, And he looked at her and he said, woman, what does that have to do with me? My time has not come. My time has not come. What did he do? He hesitated. He hesitated. How many of us have an opportunity, like Dr. Holmes, or we have an opportunity about who we are and we hesitate? Has anybody ever hesitated about what you're called? 3 of you, yes, okay. I'm just teasing. So have I, many a time. And of course, the water was turned into wine and all was well. Bring the water, turn it into wine. I personally am glad I didn't know how to do that, but we'll leave it at that. Right? But he hesitated. I was in ministerial school and I would ask the teachers not to call on me. I would be scheduled to speak and I was so terrified and so afraid and so nervous that I didn't want to show up. I would go, I can't. I don't have anything to say. What am I going to say that's different than anybody else? I would go to a group thing and the speaker wouldn't show up and they would just come and find me. They didn't even know me and ask me if I would do it. But I hid, not from the world. I hid from myself. I hid from myself. What kind of best friend is that? Not one to mention, huh? We're so great to honor the life of Temple Hayes, I can't talk for a few minutes because she hid from herself. Right? And so it's, what is the story? What is the space? What is the energy? What is the consciousness? What is that? A friend of mine taught me many years ago, and I'm still learning it, something to ask yourself. What am I allowing and what am I tolerating? Let's say that out loud. What am I allowing and what am I tolerating? Wow. That is huge. It's huge for your awareness. Like I was thinking this morning, I saw a spot on the carpet. And I went, I've seen that since I've been here. Okay, I've walked by it many times. What am I allowing and what am I tolerating? I could have already gone. This week, that will be handled. You know what I mean? But all the times you see something and you process it, you could already just have it corrected. And then you're not allowing it and you're not tolerating. So you look at your life, you look at your relationships, you look at your children, you look at your grandchildren, you look at the space, you look at your health, you look at your well-being, you look at the 3 pair of pants that don't fit that you still have in your closet. Everybody breathe. Woo, somebody just stopped there. What am I allowing and what am I tolerating? What am I allowing and what am I tolerating? For that energetic space, you see. There's a story of 3 men that they carry 2 sacks with them. It's an ancient story. And so the first man, he has the 2 sacks, the one in the front and the one in the back. And he says, I carry on my back the stories about my friends, my connections, the things happening in my life, my family. I carry all that, the good stuff. Well, what's in the sack in the front? Oh, I carry stuff that's happened. I carry problems and pain and everything. And I really want to think about the good things, but I spend so much time talking about all the things that have happened in the past that I really don't get to those things. Yes? And then the second guy, here he is, okay, and he has good things in the front. He has experiences that have happened, things he feels good about. Yeah, for sure. But on his back, he carries all the mistakes he feels he made, the problems, the things that didn't work, the relationships that didn't work, the church he went to when he was 5 and now he's 80, carries all this stuff like this. And so he doesn't really notice all the things in front of him because he's too busy holding the things that are behind him. Yes? Do you relate? And so the third man, he is a radical positive person, and he has the list of everything on his forward movement in his sack. And he said, I did have a lot of things that I carried behind me, but I cut a hole in that sack, so I carry nothing from what is behind me. Yes? So as I was allowing my heart to be guided by spirit, not my personality, but what is mine to do here? In my time at Unity of Santa Barbara, what is mine to do here? I feel that I want to see us all become current and release all the bags and the sacks that are being carried about what has happened before. So July the 3rd, we're going to have a burning bowl ceremony. I'm going to repeat it. July the 3rd, on a Sunday, we are going to have a burning bowl ceremony. Bring all the stories you have in your sack. Bring all the stories about what happened 12 years ago, how many years you come here. Bring all the stories, and we are going to burn and release them and let them go. In order to move forward as a healthy community, it is time to let go of toting these stories in the front and in the back. Are you willing to be made anew with the spirit of our soul of Unity of Santa Barbara? Are you willing? Are you willing to be fully in? Are you willing to be fully in? Yes? And then July 10th, we're going to get our new flooring. So we're going to release. I know it is going to happen in our lifetime. We're going to release, and then we are going to create a new foundation that no one has ever walked on before, because we are made new in the energy of life, and we are not hesitating. We are uplifting our consciousness.
Amen.
Right? There's 3 things that I've learned that I am learning all the time, and one would be the healthy part of us and the shadow part of us. One healthy part of being a human being is that we have clarity. We have clarity. The shadow part of us is that we are confused. Anytime you say, I say, I'm confused, I don't know what to do, we have forgotten that we have a great spirit guiding us. There's lots of times I may not know, but something within me always knows. Yes? Something within me always knows. Something within me always has the answer. Not my personality, but get ready, my soul. Something knows. Detachment is healthy. Attachment is personality. Detachment is healthy. Yes. Attachment. I was telling someone, they asked me, how's it going here in Santa Barbara, carp, all that. And I went, I'm so detached, I don't even want to buy a vacuum cleaner because it comes with attachments. I want to allow a canvas of life. Can you join me in that? A canvas of life to create a new story. Yes, a new story. I'm not guided to tell the third one because it just went. So I guess we only need these 2, so we've advanced. Give ourselves a great big hand, yeah? And so when they had one of the projects completed, everybody was gathered to celebrate and do a ribbon cutting. And somebody turned to Walt Disney's wife and said, it's too bad that he wasn't alive to see it. And she said, he did see it. And that's why we're here. What do you see about you? Thank you for coming. Thank you.
Isn't she something? Are we blessed? We are so blessed to have Reverend Temple Hayes in the house, in our lives. Yeah. So now is our time of celebration, celebrating our abundance. Would all the ushers come forward? We come here week after week to remember these truths, to be reminded about the law of abundance, to be reminded about the law of circulation. There is a constant flow from source to source, and it flows through and around each and every one of us. And so we celebrate, and we have that knowing about the source of all good. We give in many different ways, and I'll go through that in a minute, but we do have an affirmation here at Unity of Santa Barbara, and let's say that's together. Unity of Santa Barbara is a spiritual community center which touches hearts, awakens souls, and builds dreams. What a powerful affirmation that is. And so, if all of you would remember to go into your heart, open your heart and open that place of gratitude within yourself and give generously to this dream that we have, this creation that is emerging, that we are trying to create at this point in time. There's many ways to donate. You can, of course, here in the room, you can give your checks or your cash, and we can also, if you'd like to use your credit card, come out to the table. We can take your credit card. If you're giving online, look for the donate button on any of the pages on our website, on the Unity of Santa Barbara, unitysb.org. You can also go to Givelify and download that app and give via Givelify. You can sign up for the Growing the Good recurring giving program. And because I'm up here and I can say whatever I want.
Start the piano.
Yeah, start the piano. No, don't start the piano. So how many of you shop through Amazon in the room? Pretty much, well, about half of you do. So I would like to encourage all of you to go to the Amazon sign-in page, and if you've not done this yet, type in Amazon Smile and go to that page. Yeah, go to that page and sign up. Choose Unity of Santa Barbara as the source of giving, and they will give a percentage of every sale that you make on Amazon to us. So yay, love shopping? Remember Unity of Santa Barbara. Yeah, so if you have any questions about it, you can come in and talk to me. So now, if you would just take the gift that you have, hold it over your heart. If you're online, take your gift and hold it in your heart. And let's bless our gifts with this blessing. Divine love, through me, blesses and multiplies all that I am, all that I have, and all that I share, and I send it forth with my blessings and my love.
Lately I've been noticing how much I've been blessed with the people that love some peace of mind and happiness. It makes me want to pass along the love I received as a way of giving thanks for what's been given to me. I got a strong heart, I got a strong love, and I'm ready to use the gifts I've been given to make this world a better place to live in. Ready to use the gifts I've been given to make this world a better place to live in. I used to have a need for more that bordered on greed, till I looked around and I saw I have more than I need. I thought I had to have it all before I could share, till I realized what the man to give was already there. I got a strong heart, I got a strong to make this world a better place to live in. Ready to use the gifts I've been given to make this world a better place to live in. I may not make a difference that the whole world can see, but if I can show more kindness, that's what matters to me. On the outside, finding gray in my hair, but the difference on the inside is that I don't care. I'm losing my desire to be what I am not, and I got what I want because I want what I got. I got a strong heart, I got a strong love, yeah. Let me hear you. Ready to use the gifts I've been given to make this world a better place to live in. Ready to use the gifts I've been given to make this world a better place to live in. I'm ready to use, make this world a better place. I'm ready to use the gifts I've been given to make this world a better place to live in. Ready to use the gifts I've been given to make this world a better place to live in. Use your gifts, shine them in the world.
Well, if you haven't already heard, our bookstore is now open, and it's open today. If you'd like to browse and check it out, we will have that there for you. Also, on that note, I want to share that we have office hours now. You probably already know this, but we've relaunched our office hours from Tuesdays to Thursdays from 11 to 3, and so you're welcome to stop by and check out our bookstore and browse. So we'll see you there. We're seeking a volunteer now, a unique position. We're looking for a scribe, somebody to listen to the board meetings here at Unity and take the minutes from them. We have the board meetings recorded, so if you have any desire or interest in supporting Unity of Santa Barbara Spiritual Community Center in that capacity, then please speak with Ann Self, who's right over here. If you would please stand, Ann. Right there. Thank you. If you would like to reserve our facilities, we have these beautiful facilities. The courtyard, which is newly renovated. We have new floors coming here. We offer so much for special events, weddings and ceremonies and lectures. So if you have an event in mind, please contact me, Forrest, Forrest, at unitysb.org. At the fountain today, right over there, if you turn out these doors and turn to your right, we have our prayer chaplain. And if you need some support or would like to drop a note, a request for prayer in our box, you can find BB right out there. I'd like to share today we have a workshop from Carrie Biondo. If you would please stand, Carrie, we're going to bring her up here. We have an improv workshop right after the service. This is our facilitator, Carrie.
Thank you. I'm not shy, so I don't know if I need this microphone, but my name is Carrie Biondo, and so compliments what Temple just beautifully said about not carrying stuff with us and living in the moment. I had the good fortune of studying improv acting in Chicago about 30 years ago, and it changed my life. It is a religion in Chicago, practically, because it is a way to literally take it into schools for role playing, get out of your head. It's a spiritual principle that, though I was a Unity member, it helped solidify, that's how I practice it. So here's the vibe, here's the thing that I've learned. Playing and praying has the same energetic vibration. It is using, honestly, anything I was going to say, Temple has said it. I was going to quote Marianne Williamson, but it is a vibration that we can spiral up, or we can spiral down with our choices and our words. So the first golden rule of improv, and I'll make this brief, I'm inviting you to come play with me, but the first rule is yes and. You build up ideas. So what we'll be doing today, if you join me in playing this recess for adults, is do some storytelling, because the art of storytelling, there's great wisdom in that, and we do it together. As a group, it's not stand-up, it's not forcing funny. It is, I do all these warm-ups to get you out of your head in the moment and then co-create together. And I will just leave with this, because I could go on, it's my passion, but acknowledging that I am a creative genius. We are all like children. We all shine. And we just need to remove that little basket that covers it. So I'll end with what we do in Unity. Look at somebody next to you and say, you are a creative genius. And then that person says, they receive it. I am a creative genius, and own it. And that's what we will do if you choose to play, and then we'll do more stories. So thank you. It's 12 to 1:30.
Thank you, Carrie. Again, that will begin at 12, doors open at 11:45. There is an optional lunch for $12, and the workshop starts at a suggested starting donation of $15. We hope you'll join us. So if you would like to honor a person, pet, place, life event with a flower dedication, please contact Peggy Haskell, peggy@unitysb.org. We're looking for a couple other volunteers to help break down tables on Sundays, and are welcoming any snacks that you'd like to share with the community outside here post-service, when we're all communing and mixing and mingling and connecting. Just a couple more announcements here. There is a film screening on June 26th called Candles in the Window. It is about Grazina Cherny, who escaped to England at age 19. She escaped from communism, and when she moved to England, she learned English and returned to Poland, where she joined the Solidarity labor movement. After 30 years of silence, she tells her story in a short film documentary produced by Santa Barbara-based filmmaker and composer Bent Migan. She will be here to take questions and speak to us that night, and you will hear more about this in our newsletter. So please stay tuned. June 26th. On July 2nd, Reverend Temple is conducting a mastermind workshop. We will share a lot more information with you about that and the theme of the workshop, but please mark your calendars, because this is such an empowering process that we can help facilitate for you to get you clear on what it is that is most important to you in your life. And Reverend Temple, again, will be facilitating that. Lastly, July 31st is Vision Sunday. This is when we come together collectively as a group and determine and declare what is Unity of Santa Barbara Spiritual Community Center to us. What would we like to dream up here and create? And so that's July 31st. Mark your calendar, and you will hear more in the coming weeks. Take care. Have a great day.
Thank you, Forrest. Absolutely. So if we could please stand and let us sing the peace song. And notice, because we're about change, we're doing it different today. What a concept. The light of God surrounds us. The love of God enfolds us. The power of God protects us. The presence of God watches over us. Wherever we are, God is, and all is well. Bless you.